What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Nurse Bass back with another video, and in this one we are taking another question from a subscriber out there, and this one is surrounding new nurse anxiety. That's a big one. Let's dive in.
Are you listening? Nurse Bass. Beast mode. Grind.
So first thing I'd like to say, guys, if you're already subscribed here, thank you so much for joining and riding with your boy for so long. I would like to make the request, though, that you hit that little bell notification, and the reason being is because YouTube has been slacking on your boy, and notifications are just not getting sent out like they should. So if you enjoy the channel, the content that you find on this channel, consider hitting the bell notification. That way you don't miss out on future drops. So speaking of subscribers, this question today is coming from a longtime subscriber, like 5 years now, damn near since the beginning, with a very great question. So let's dive in. Have you talked about new nurse stress or anxiety yet? I got home the other day and I couldn't fall asleep until 2 a.m. exhausted, but my mind was spinning. And I constantly have a sense of impending doom, like I'm just waiting for the moment when I make a huge mistake and put a patient in harm's way. I also feel just overwhelmed and dumb. So this is a great question, because this is going to resonate with so many new nurses, right? We've spoken previously how nursing school is just the foundation of your education as a nurse. It's primarily preparing you to pass that licensure exam, the NCLEX, but it's not necessarily completely setting you up for the profession that you're about to be going into. It's very true. 90%, 95% even, maybe that's a stretch, of what you're going to learn about what it means to be a nurse is going to come after you've obtained that license and are practicing on the floor. So understanding that last sentence there, talking about feeling overwhelmed and dumb as a new nurse, it's all too common. It's all too common. You are absolutely not alone. It's the kind of thing where those feelings get alleviated through repetition, through shift after shift, getting experience under your belt. That's when that sense of being overwhelmed slowly subsides. So we've spoken about that before. But new nurse anxiety or new nurse stress, it is super real, right? Now, this is why I think that it resonates so well within people, my little quote of one day patient lives will be in your hands, so study like it, because we've spoken before how, you know, it's a sacred thing. There's some sanctity to the job that we get to do, caring for people when they're at their most vulnerable. But with that comes an incredible responsibility of caring for human lives, right? You are caring for human lives. And, you know, it's something that as a new nurse, having zero experience, or even if you've already got a year under your belt, you're still a new nurse, right? Basically having very little experience, the responsibility that comes with what you're doing here, the profession you've chose, can certainly cause one to feel overwhelmed and can certainly be stress and anxiety inducing. Whenever I was reading this comment, we're talking about, I got home the other day, I couldn't fall asleep until 2 a.m. Basically the mind is racing. That has been something that I have experienced so many times, more times than I can count. Hey guys, real quick, I just wanted to let you all know about this amazing company called nursing.com, whose sole purpose is to help prepare aspiring and new nurses for success in this rewarding career. Links down below. They have 4 brand new academies available for whatever stage of the grind you're in. The Pre-Nursing Academy for those aspiring, the Nursing Student Academy for those in the trenches, the absolutely stellar NCLEX Prep Academy with over 99% pass rate, and a program designed to help the new grad nurse navigate this new and intimidating profession. Just pick the path that's right for you. But if funds are tight, don't worry, because nursing.com has a ton of other free resources available to you as well. One day, patient lives will be in your hands. Study like it. Links are in the description. Love you guys. Grind on. It's normal. It's normal. It's normal for you to go into any job at all. Let's say you were a cashier, right? I've been a cashier in my life. It's normal to go into any job at all that's new, or any experience at all that's new, and in the moment to be second guessing yourself, but after the fact to be replaying it over and over and over in your mind. Whenever I used to work in a warehouse, it was the same thing. Whenever I first started in the profession of being a stacker in that warehouse, it was the same thing. For at least like the first month, I was going home after work and I literally couldn't sleep for another hour or two. Now this is just stacking boxes in a warehouse. I'm not talking about taking care of people, you know, life and death sometimes. So nonetheless, again, similar to how that feeling of being overwhelmed subsides through time and repetition, it is also the same thing with the stress and anxiety. The best thing that I can say to do is to help as best you can to alleviate the stress and anxiety during those initial year or two as a new nurse is to give it your all, right? No half-assing. Give it your all. Whenever you show up to work and you're trying to learn the profession of nursing, as well as whatever specialty maybe you're practicing nursing within, giving it your all is one of the best ways to help alleviate anxiety. Now, granted, we're all human. We're all still subject to make mistakes. But if you can say, I'm truly giving this my best effort, I'm trying to learn all of these meds and all of these symptoms, all of these disease processes, things that I need to know to care for these lives, then okay, you're doing your part, right? You're doing the 90% that's required of you. But unfortunately, there is no real secret sauce as to, hey, you can do this and that anxiety will go away. Unfortunately, it's just not the case. It is just, it's the way of the road, right? It's just comes with the profession. You have to get the reps in, and only through experience will that feeling of being overwhelmed subside. Will that feeling of being dumb subside? And will that sense of impending doom subside? But do take encouragement that it will subside, right? Just every day that you go to work, do your 90%. Do what's required of you. Something that you didn't know before going into that shift that you learned on that shift. Make note of that. Make a mental note of that. Keep track of that. Just indulge me here. It cannot be overstated the significance of experience. It just cannot be. I had our class president, his name was Scott. Shout out to Scott if you're still watching out there, brother. My man didn't, we would talk about, he's like, man, I wish that I could have your book smarts or whatever, like the way that you're able to absorb lectures, blah, blah, blah. But this guy was an EMT. He worked in emergency services for like a decade or 2 decades, and it's like, brother, you can always gain this book knowledge. I can never gain, there's only one way to gain that experience, right? So it cannot be overstated, the importance of experience. So the amount of ground that you're going to cover from day one nursing student until nursing student graduate, and the amount of ground that you're going to cover, significant ground, from day one nurse to 1 year under your belt as a nurse, it is very, very significant. And not only what knowledge you're going to acquire, but also the stress that is going to be offloaded as a result of those gained experiences. So take a little comfort that this is normal. You're not alone. Actually, you're in the boat with everybody. Everybody's in the boat you're in. And as long as you're doing your best and putting your best foot forward, doing your 90% that's required of you, you will sleep a little bit easier during those first couple of years as a nurse. And as you get your experience under your belt, all that shit will slowly subside, and you'll be the one walking through the halls of your unit, helping the newer nurses' stress be alleviated as a result. Hey, nurture the young, ladies and gentlemen. So serious. We're going to get into that in a future video as we take polls from you guys. All right, that's all that I got. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed, hit the bell notification, please. Do your 90%. Anyways, that's all that I got. Hey, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're putting out videos every week to motivate, uplift, and inspire you to be the best damn nurse you can be. It's your boy Nurse Bass, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.